host of the Gridiron.
A little bit interesting here, right? So apparently, if Kafka's still in the running, right, to get hired by the Saints, he's going to apparently bring in an old friend. Now, once again, somebody, I can't remember who it was, just got eliminated by the Saints. I don't remember who it was, but he got interviewed twice. And there were some articles saying that if he were, now, I mean, it's not like, this would be funny. Like say that this would be really funny, really so funny. I'd be just almost dying laughing. Could you imagine, right? Obviously, because the Cowboys needed a coach, right? Imagine if they brought Kafka in and they hired Kafka, and Kafka brought Wink Martindale in. Could you imagine that? Oh my God! Wow, that'd be funny. That'd really be funny. But anyway, he'd be with the Saints, right? But let me find this. I got this here. Let's see. Nope. Oh, there we go. All right, here we go. It says Mike Kafka could bring former Giants polarizing defensive coordinator if hired by Saints. So, according to, let's see here. Offensive coordinator Mike Kafka completed an in-person interview with the Saints for the head coaching vacancy, and an interesting development could be taking place. As the Saints narrow down their list of finalists, Kafka appears to be right in the running to replace Dennis Allen. If Kafka indeed lands the job, it seems he will bring a familiar face with him. According to Jordan Raanan of ESPN, Kafka is expected to bring former Giants defensive coordinator Wink Martindale with him to New Orleans in the same role. Martindale spent 2 seasons with the Giants as the defensive coordinator under head coach Brian Daboll before the former's fiery and extremely public exit during the 2024 offseason. After his departure from the Giants following 2 seasons, Martindale went back to the college ranks as a defensive coordinator for Michigan. It would certainly be a fascinating turn of events if Martindale returned to the NFL to coach under Kafka after their time with the Giants. Of course, Kafka is of Puerto Rican descent. The Giants would receive future compensatory draft picks if he's hired to be the head coach of the Saints. We could get multiple third-round compensatory picks for him. Think about that. Third round, multiple. Think about it. Kafka's candidacy with the Saints is something to monitor in its own right, but it will be interesting to see whether Martindale is his top selection if hired. And is this one in? Nope. I guess that was the only one I had. Yeah, that was the only one I had. But there are multiple ones out there, but that would be very, very interesting to see. Now, it's the same thing. Now, with Brandon Brown, okay, that was going to be the same exact thing as well. Now, he got passed over. Okay, the Raiders didn't select him for their GM, but I really think because he came from the Eagles, he's spending time with Joe Shane and Daboll from the Bills. And the dude seems really, once again, it's just from my perspective. That's all. I'm not in the building with him. I don't know him. I'm not talking to him. Right? Just my observations. The dude really seems that, very, very intelligent. Really, he, to me, he seems like a future GM walking. Somewhere along the line, he's going to get a shot. Now, 5 years from now, 4 next year, who knows? But somewhere along the line, it really seems like he's going to get himself a shot at being a GM. Somewhere along the line, I think whoever winds up, right? I don't want to put the cart before the horse or nothing like that. But if Shane gets fired next season, right? Get our own in-house GM, right? But my point was, is that I seen this, and the Giants would get multiple. If Brandon Brown were to become the GM, just say, of the Raiders, right, we would have gotten, I think, 2 third-round compensatory picks for him. Wouldn't have been this year. It would have been, I guess, 2026 and 27, I think it would have been. And if we would lose Kafka and Brown, right, we would get 3, if I remember correctly. I'm an idiot. I could be, but if we lost both those guys, just say this offseason, right? Say Brandon Brown went as the GM of the Raiders and Kafka head coach of the Saints. We would get 3 third-round compensatory picks for that, plus an additional like 4th or 5th rounder. I mean, we would be, think about it, man. We get additional third-round picks. Wow. Imagine, because we wound up taking Phillips. Imagine if we drafted like 3 other Phillips. Could you imagine that? Wow. So, it would be a shame maybe to see Kafka go, or it would be a shame if Brandon Brown were to go. But we would really reap the benefits of it because, those additional now, obviously the compensatory, so there would be at the end of the 3rd round, meaning they would be like pick 1. My math is correct, around 100, 101, something like that. But still, well, if we were to lose one, we would get, I think, if I remember correctly, we would get 2 third-round compensatory picks for him. So 2, not just 1, 2. So Brandon Brown, as of right now, is probably, I think, out of the GM market, I think, for this season. Right. But it's keep an eye on Kafka, because if we wound up losing him, I believe we would get 2 third-round compensatory picks. One would be next year, and one might be the year after that. And then I've said, of course, then the other thing would be very, very funny, right? Would be if he would want to bring in Wink Martindale in there as his GM. Just because, obviously, because Daboll, personalities, you got to have the right personality. You have this thick skin, thin skin, whatever like that. Personalities mean a lot. And sometimes you got 2 the wrong personalities, they just bump heads. Meanwhile, like a Mike Kafka has a different personality, right? And he gets along with Wink. Wink and but Wink and Daboll were bumping heads. Wink and Kafka, they're not bump heads, right? So it'd be very, very interesting to see. Very, very interesting. That'd be really, really would be funny especially because Wink made fun of the Giants. We were 2-7, I think it was. I don't remember who they were playing. But he was at like a news conference, press conference, whatever it was, being in Michigan this past past season. And I guess there was a game coming up or something like that. And then they said, I asked him, how do you like it here? And I said, I like it here. It's not bad. I think it's something. It could be worse. It could be at a place that's 2-7. You know what I mean? Something. Yeah. He took a jab at the Giants being so bad. It's really is unbelievable. It's just everybody. We're like literally the laughing stock of the NFL. Really, it's really a shame.